Hello designers and welcome to the last video of the Fusion 360 explained by a kid course. Today we'll take a look at how to start 3D printing any of your 3D models. To do this, we'll need to download Ultimaker Cura, which is a software where you can configure each aspect and parameter of your 3D printing process and add things such as supports to it. Okay guys, to download the program, we'll need to head to our browser and search for Ultimaker Cura. Then enter this link. Don't worry if you can't find it. I leave the link in the description just in case. Once you enter the page, click on download for free and then choose your operating system. In my case, Windows 10. Cura will start downloading. Wait for it to finish and then open it. Once Cura has downloaded and we open it, as you guys can see, we'll get this window. We need to click on next. Then agree to the terms. And then choose where we want our file to be downloaded. In this case, here. If you want to change where you want to download it, you can go here to browse and choose any part of your computer. So I'll click on next because I already know where it will download and that is where I want it. And I will click on install. Now, Cura will finally start downloading. It will take a while, so let's wait. After some time of waiting, Cura has downloaded. Now, check this box right here that says Run Ultimated Cura and the version and click on Finish. Now, Cura will open. As you can see, it's loading. It may take a while. And there we go. Now, as you guys have probably realized, the same thing that appears on my computer doesn't appear in yours. That's because on my computer, I have the program from beforehand and it immediately signed into my account. But basically, what it will ask you is to create an Ultimaker account and then sign in. Once you do those very simple things, this sort of interface will appear. Now, the first thing we want to do is to add our 3D printer to Cura. To do this, tap on this tab and click on Add Printer. Here's mine, by the way. It will ask us if it is an Ultimaker printer or a non-Ultimaker printer. By the way, Ultimaker printer is a brand of 3D printers, of course. So in my case, a non-Ultimaker printer. And here it will ask us two things. If it's a network printer, it will search for it here. So what are these type of printers? Basically, the printers that work via Wi-Fi and connect to your computer that way. And a non-network printer, which is those who basically don't have that function. So in my case, mine doesn't has that, so I'll open the tab that says add a non-network printer. Then here a lot of printers appears from a lot of different brands. So in my case it's a Creality Ender 3 B2 Neo, so I'll go to Creality and search for Creality Ender 3 B2 here. Then I'll check the box and normally click on add. Now I already have it, so I won't click it, but you will need to do this. Just like that, your printer with all its configurations will be added to Cura. Now, let's head to Fusion 360 to learn how to export our projects and put them in the Cura program. Now, for the sake of this video, I will print the keychain we did some videos ago. So basically, to export this file and then take it from Cura to the 3D printer, we need to head right here at the top of Fusion 360 where it says File and then click on Export. Now we won't print it from this type of files. Instead, we'll choose the option that says STL files. Then we'll choose the location. In my case, I already have one, but as usually, you just click here and search for a location. And I will click on Export. Now we need to wait for a while for the design to export in STL files. What it does is that basically it renders it in the cloud, and that's why it will take a bit of time. Once it's finished, as you guys can see, the status here will show that it's complete, and the action is that it is shown in File Explorer. So if we open the File Explorer, as you guys can see, it is right here. Now, to add this STL file to Cura, we just need to drag it. So let's enter Cura once again, open the File Explorer, and just grab the keychain and drag it. Just like that, we have our keychain on Cura. Pretty easy, right? Now, all I will tell you for now is how to move your 3D model around the plane, which is just, you choose this tool right here or press the shortcut T, and then you can move it around the base of your 3D printer. Now in this case, I want it to be perfectly centered, so I won't change it. And how to rotate. With this tool right here, or with the shortcut R, you can rotate how your 3D model will be printed. Because sometimes when you drag it into Cura, it may sort of not be put in the ideal way for 3D printer, so a lot of the times you will need to rotate. Now in my case, it works perfect, so I'll just leave it there. And I will also teach you that there's basically 4 types of qualities for a 3D print. Those are sort of templates that Cura gives you with all the configurations for the 3D printer, because there are a lot of them and they are very complex sometimes. So for now, just know that there are these 4 qualities, and if you guys want me to explain each configuration Cura has, which are a lot, I'll just make a video about it. So choose the quality. Now I want it to be low quality because I already have my keychain. Press here keep changes and it will print in that quality. Now next we'll need to press on slice. Now once we click it, it will process and it will slice. Now it will tell us how much the print will take and the amount of grams of filament it will need. Now in my case, here it says save to removable drive disk. That's because my printers, which is the Ender 3v2 Neo, works basically with a USB drive that you connect to the computer, save the files in, that's why it says save to, and then take to your printer and choose it from there. Now there are a lot of other ways to sort of take your models into your printer. There are some work with Wi-Fi, so maybe it will say send to and the name of the printer and all of that. So what I recommend to you is that if your 3D printer doesn't work the way mine is, just search for another video on how to send your files from Cura into the printer. Now in my case, I will show how to do it with my 3D printer. So basically to do it, you need to save to tap here where it says save to removable drive. And as you guys can see, the file has been saved. Now I can click on eject and I'll take the sort of pen drive into my 3D printer. I'll show a video right now. Let's go. Okay guys, so here we are with the 3D printer. Now as you guys can see, in my hand I have the USB drive that I was talking to you about before. Here, if we pull it off, it has this micro SD card. Now if we grab it and we put it right here, our printer would automatically detect it and the files will be in the printer. Perfect guys, now that we have the USB drive and the models inside of the printer, we can start preheating the bed and the nozzle in order to be able to start printing. So we'll head here to prepare and click on either preheat PLA or ABS depending on the filament we're using. Now in my case, I'm using PLA, so I'll tap here, and as you guys can see here, it indicates the temperature the nozzle needs to get, and the temperature the bed needs to get, and the temperature it currently is at. Now I already preheated it before so that you guys didn't have to wait, so I'll go straight to 3D printing. Now to 3D print, we need to go here to print and click on the model we want to print, which is inside the USB drive. In this case, the keychain. So I tap here and then click on confirm. Perfect. Now the 3D print will start. Perfect. Here we have the 3D print. Let me take it out for you. There we go. And if we flex like this, it easily comes out. Now we can take this part, just pulling it off. And here we have the 3D print. That's all it takes. And well, designers, that is all for today, and I guess for the whole course too. I hope you enjoyed and learned a lot during it. So as always, please remember to like and subscribe, and I hope I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, designers!